Hello, it's me, Diglett34, and today we're going to be seeing if the U.S. had a second civil war. Let's just get started. So first of all, Texas would be on a side, and some of their neighbors would start joining the same side. Because, well, it's Texas and they don't want to get invaded. And let's just put Texas and California opposite sides. And then I think California would have a similar effect, like this. Now, Idaho, well, actually Colorado and like Utah would mostly just be on it because they like California. But Idaho would join the red side because they don't like Oregon and Washington trying to form Cascadia. And Idaho thinks they wanted to be bigger when Montana, Idaho, and Wyoming split up. But Montana's border was decided, so I'm just gonna do this. And just to make it more fair, let's just do that. Of course, North and South Dakota have to be on separate sides. And Kansas, we'll come back to. Okay, so for more blue team members, Minnesota and Wisconsin, that way, and now North Dakota is blocked off. And of course, if we have Wisconsin, we're gonna have Ohio and then Michigan on the other team. Alright, before we keep going, let's get this color, and Florida makes their own team. But then after this, there would be another team made, the neutral team, which Minnesota would actually join, along with Maine and Vermont, and Rhode Island. And now for more blue team members, probably these two would join, and this one, and then like this, and then Washington D.C. would be on the blue team because, well, California has more team members, and New York. Although there would be a lot of red right here. And, New York would kind of spread the blue team over here. And then over here, I think these two would join blue, but then Iowa would join red. And then Tennessee, North Carolina, and Georgia would be red. And then I think Alabama and South Carolina would be blue. And now for the other two states, Hawaii and Alaska are both going to be blue. And that's just because, Washington, D.C. is kind of forcing them to. And now I'll include Puerto Rico, and saying they want statehood, if they don't join Washington, D.C., then they could potentially just stay in unincorporated territory forever. So that's just their smart decision. Alright, and now the war would start. It would start off with Texas, with the red team pushing out over here and over here. They wouldn't capture all of this area, but since they're basically surrounded by the area, most of it would be captured. And then they would also they would try and get into Washington, D.C., but they wouldn't be able to. And the blue pushes back. They capture most of Idaho, most of North Dakota. And then they push up into Wyoming since it has less than 1 million people. Then Florida decides to switch sides to blue team. gonna change this to be the lighter red for the captured areas, and then a lighter blue for the captured areas of blue. And then New York would capture over here, and then that's basically how it's gone so far. Then the Alaskans arrive, and the Puerto Ricans. The Puerto Ricans make a landing over here on the coast of Georgia, and with Florida they take it out. And the Alaskans just come to help get New Mexico back. But then Red pushes in more by getting Arizona and Kansas, which cuts the blue team in two. And unites the red team with this strip up here, like with Idaho, Wyoming, and Nebraska, and Iowa. And then it's Michigan over here, and saying like their two biggest rivals are right next to them. Bop. Okay, and then over here they also go like that, and yeah, blue ends up. Wait, whoops! I accidentally did this color. Blue ends up capturing Maryland, and yeah, Delaware, New Jersey, and West Virginia are now in a very bad spot. And bop, bop, bop. But during the time they wiped out all those forces, these guys captured Missouri and Kentucky. And then, since Las Vegas was captured, Nevada surrendered. And then this green will be for states that leave the Civil War. And the first ones to, and if the captured states aren't allowed to do this. And the first one is Mississippi, because they just don't have a reason to be in the war. And then Connecticut. Oh, and for land that's recaptured, it would be lighter blue. So, yeah. These states are saved. And the red team also spends some time saving some of these states, such as these guys. And they couldn't do it before because they didn't border them without Kentucky. Oh, but speaking of Kentucky, yep, now these forces over here are absolutely destroyed. And then after saving New Mexico and Kansas, the blue team's almost connected up with the other side. But the other side starts falling apart. As Virginia falls, the capital almost falls, Kentucky falls, but then they finally make it through, and now Californian forces can get over. Once the Californian forces come over, they manage to push the. These guys managed to capture West Virginia. And by capture, I mean recapture. But then the blue team ends up pushing in to West Virginia and Kentucky. Now all the neighbors of Ohio are states that at least in the past were captured. And yeah, that's impressive. Then Florida ends up barely being able to save Alabama and South Carolina. This is when more states decide to just leave the war because they have no reason to be in it. Yep. The first ones after the start, are Nevada, Montana, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and, well, North and South Dakota. Wait a second. No, I'm kidding. North Dakota can't leave once they're captured. But South Dakota can. And now, and this is when Tennessee leaves. Rip the red team. And the blue ends up yeah, I'm just gonna change these back to the normal color. And now you can really see how bad of a situation the red team is in. So more states start leaving the war until eventually Texas surrenders. And now the blue team won. Doo-doo. And that's going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Like it, subscribe, turn on notifications, and hit that comment button. What on earth is the comment button? And goodbye. Subscribe.